everyone, and welcome back to another speed build. Today I am building a cozy grandparents nest in the world of Chestnut Ridge, which is the world that came with the Horse Ranch expansion pack. So this little house has one bedroom, one bathroom, and a playroom for the grandkids, but you could always end up changing the playroom into a very small bedroom. At the end I did play around, and a taller bed or a twin bed would fit in here just fine, but there is not going to be a lot of room for other things, but you can turn it into a bedroom if you like. So this build is part of the Royal Charm collab I participated in over on Instagram, so I will link my Instagram channel in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go over and check everyone's amazing builds out. Most of them do not do YouTube but are very active on Instagram, so I will have that link down below, so make sure you go check them out. And all of the creators in this collab have uploaded to the gallery, so you can use the hashtag ruralcharmcollab to pull up their builds and download and play with them if you want. So anyways, at the beginning of this build, I didn't really have a story for the Sims that would live here, but as I started decorating the kitchen, I thought about my grandparents. So growing up, my grandma and grandpa lived out in the country, and we would always love going out there because we always knew we would be able to ride horses, swim, or just run around wild as every little kid should. And they even had this wooden picnic table in the back that me and my cousin would get under and serve mud pies. So, and I feel like everyone has made mud pies at least once in your life, maybe. But anyways, my grandpa would train his own horses, and we had this one horse. If I'm remembering correctly, her name was BJ, and she was actually my grandma's horse, and that horse was the sweetest. And I don't remember that horse ever having a problem with any of us grandkids, like riding on her or playing with her. Now, he did have some very mean ones that we did not go near and we did not ride. So I made this single horse stable on the lot with the thought that the grandpa bought a horse for his grandkids and it would become the family pet. And not too far from this lot, there is the little community center where you can go and take your horses and they can play and you can train them and all that. So this is near that as well. So, and it still blows my mind when someone tells me they've never rode a horse. And I guess it's because we were raised with them. Growing up, we were always around horses. But they are such beautiful animals, and they can really be the sweetest if they're raised and trained right. I know there's so many horror stories out there about people falling off horses and getting stomped on or severely injured. And yeah, that can most definitely happen, but if you get the right one, then they really are fun to be around. So if you get a chance to ride a horse, definitely give it a try. Nothing beats just getting on a horse, riding around in the country, and enjoying all the sounds of nature. It really is very relaxing. So as far as the landscaping goes, I have never built in this world before, so I kind of just referenced the lots that were by this one. So I just ended up putting some patches of dry grass and some of these sand pile things all around. It's like I said, I wasn't really too sure what to add. I didn't want to add too much green just because the world does look kind of dry. So I just added a couple areas of dry grass and decorating. And as far as all that goes, I did try to stick with a lot of the Horse Ranch expansion pack items. I think inside there is some cottage living items as well, but for the most part I did try to keep it with the Horse Ranch pack because this is the world, and yeah, I just tried to keep everything the same. So just decorating the inside of this. I didn't do much on the inside of that as well. I just added some barrels. I do go back in and add the little cleaning rack with the broom and that on it, and on the outside you see me add the feeder and the water thing. So yeah, for that, that's pretty much all I added. And out front, I just add a water fountain. I add those horses, the 3 horses, which I did have to size down because they are big if you don't size them down. So moving on to the inside. Now, I did struggle with this floor plan as well, but I think I did pull it together pretty good. I mean, like I said, I did struggle, but it came together pretty good. So off to the right side of the screen, that little odd-shaped room, that is the kitchen and the dining room, and up front is the bathroom, and the small room that I'm about to make, that is the playroom, and then the master bedroom right there as well. And if you were to download this and you wanted to play, if you rearrange the master bedroom, you could probably even squeeze like one of those little toddler cots in there, because I remember when I would go stay at my grandma's house, she would always, she had like 4 bedrooms in her house, so there was always an extra bed for me to sleep in, but she always made me a really, really good pallet on her floor beside her bed, and that's where I would sleep. And there's nothing like a pallet made by your grandma. That thing was so comfortable. She would line the outside with pillows and then just like pile blankets in it. It was the best thing. And if I could have a pallet like that now, I would sleep in it all the time. It was just so comfortable. But anyways, moving on to the kitchen. It is not a big kitchen at all. Just the staple items that you need. And as far as the dining room goes, and kind of throughout the house, I did kind of try to keep the green colors because I didn't want it all to be brown and cream. So I did try to add a little extra color in there, and I added a little knitting station as well, because my other grandma, she doesn't knit, but she does, or she used to do, I don't even know what it's called. It's where you have the like circle of fabric and you poke the needle through it. Is that knitting? I can't remember what that's called, but she did that in her living room all the time, so I added that in there, just to reference her a little. So yeah, this is the dining room, and right here I wanted to add this little space because I feel like most of the time grandparents like dining rooms and stuff are very crowded. But I wanted to add 4 chairs at the table, and those it wouldn't have fit with the shelves there, so I just ended up deleting it. I add a lamp in here, and I add a shelf with the little plates that look like a grandchild made them, I guess, or like a kid made them. You'll see I add them right here. So I feel like that would be cute that their grandkids made it for them, so they have to put it on display for everyone else to see. So yeah, add that there. And the playroom, the funny story behind the playroom is at my other grandparents' house, they have like 12 grandkids. The family on that side is so big, and in one of their rooms at their house, which is, it's not a playroom anymore because all of the grandkids have grown up, but in that room they had all kinds of different toys, and the one toy I remember playing with the most is the little plastic food toys, like the McDonald's little fake food. I don't know what it is about that, but we would sit on the floor for hours just playing with that food. It was so fun. So that is definitely a memory that I'll always have from their house as well. And they lived in the country too, but they didn't really have horses. They did more like fishing and gardening and hunting, but they did have a lot of land as well that we of course ran crazy on also. So that was always fun, great memories with both sides of the grandparents. So yeah, moving on to the living room. I did not realize how small this living room was until I started decorating it. I wanted to add a rocking chair in here, but it didn't fit, so I ended up just adding, this is a base game couch. I just add that there, and I add some toys, little toy baskets for the grandkids, and struggle with finding a curtain here for a second. And The curtain I added in the dining room, that's from the horse expansion pack as well. And I don't know, y'all. I don't know how I feel about that curtain. I don't know. I don't like that curtain. I have never used that curtain, but I did use it here. Just something different. So, yeah. I just go around cluttering up the living room, and I also add some shelves behind the couch as well. And I clutter those up because, grandparents' house, they got some clutter. And it's always some random thing that you would never think anybody would have in their house that grandparents have in their house. I don't know. And I'm sure it has meaning to them, just like, sometimes we have random pieces of junk or clutter and people are like, why do you have that in your house? But it has like a really good meaning to you. So yeah, added these plants here. I was going to add some candles, but I just decided not to. Maybe grandma was into plants, succulents, and they're cute little animals. So my grandpa and my grandma, they have a cat. I think it's just one cat, maybe more. But that cat is so shy. Every time we come over for holidays, the cat always hides. Like, nobody sees the cat until we leave. And then the cat comes back out. I don't know. Maybe we're too wild for the cat. But, yeah. Like I said, I'm just cluttering this shelf up behind the couch. I tried to add things that I think they would have in their house. There's like some books, candles, a little like keepsake box, a family picture because, why not? But yeah, I'm going to finish cluttering up the living room, and I will see y'all guys in the next room. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It is free to do so, and it really does help me out so much. So, as mentioned in my previous 2 videos, I am doing a little giveaway just to give back and to say thank you for helping me reach 100 subscribers. Oh, we're going so fast. So, I will link the details to the giveaway in the description box down below. This giveaway will end this month on the 30th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so definitely make sure you check the details out and you enter, and I hope you win. I am going to give away the Book Nook Kit, and if you already have that kit, then I will be more than glad to switch it out for something else. But yes, until then, definitely check it out so you can enter, and good luck to everyone. Here we are moving on to the kitchen, or we were doing the dining room. I just added the cast iron skillet thing and some cookbooks to the top of the refrigerator. So moving on to the kids' room, I didn't realize how big this little dollhouse was, so it is currently right now poking out the back of the house, but I didn't realize that until the end when I was going around adding more things to the outside. So I do fix that, no worries. So I just added some little wall art to the wall, and over here where I just put that ladybug, I end up adding the corner curved shelf. I think it's a base game shelf, and it has, I think, just some books and stuff on it. So I put that there. I put this little light on it and a piggy bank, and I just kind of cluttered up with things that I think would be, in a kid's room. So I clutter that up, and as far as this room goes, that is all. I shrink the playhouse down, and then I add the toy box that comes from Parenthood. I add that in there as well, so you will see that. So yeah, doing this room, like I was saying earlier, reminding me of the toy room at my grandparents' house. So this build is definitely bringing back lots of memories, but I am so glad they are, because sometimes you don't really forget memories, but it's like they go to the back of your head, and a certain activity or song or smell or something like that will bring that memory out. So, I'm glad that building this house was able to do that for me. And I hope if you're watching and this brings back some memories for you from when you were with your grandparents. So moving on to the grandparents' room, it is pretty simple. I used the bed set from this pack as well, and I add some pictures on the wall, and that's it. I did not clutter it up at all, just because I wanted to keep it pretty simple, just in case if you wanted to download this and play, you would have, some room to move the room around if you wanted to add like a cot or something for the grandkids, if you didn't want to make the playroom into another room. So yeah, I just cluttered up these nightstands. I was trying to think about, what would a grandparent have on their nightstand. So I went with these alarm clocks and, of course, the glasses. You gotta have the glasses, and a book to read or write on, and some tissue, and a little trinket box for, whatever they want to put in there. Their butterscotch candies or whatever they put in there. So I put those two beside the bed, and yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. So moving on to this little corner, this is the nifting area that I made for Grandma, because I didn't want to leave her out. Grandpa had things to do outside with the horses. So I added this here. I just added the little basket of yarn and the box and the little, I don't know, is that like a beginner's book on how to knit? I don't really know what that is. It came with the Nifty Knitting Pack. So I just added that there, and I clutter this little shelf up that I have behind her chair. And yeah, this is Grandma's little corner. So for this corner, what I ended up doing was I just added this shelf, and on the top I put the trophies from this pack on there, because I was thinking, maybe one of the grandkids is really into horses like Grandpa. So Grandpa has Grandpa has let one of the kids join the rodeo with the horse. So these are the trophies that they have won. So they put them here to showcase for whoever wants to see them. And I just hung up a plant and a picture behind this. And as far as this corner goes, that's all. I did put some things in the bottom of the shelf just to get a little more cluttered over here. And moving on back to her room, actually, I just add this little, I think it's like a magazine holder. And my grandma, the one that knits or used to knit, she had in her living room, it was like a table with like a magazine holder under it and a lamp on top. It was like one kind of like all together table kind of thing. So I added that there, to think about her. And yeah, moving on to the bathroom. Pretty simple bathroom. This really reminded me of my other grandparents' house, because they have all kinds of wood tools throughout their house, and in their bathroom they have one of these tubs, and it's a beautiful tub. Something so simple but yet beautiful to me, I guess. So I put this bathtub in here, and the little a sink thing, and you can't have a grandparent's house without dentures, right? So added the dentures to the sink. I could have hid them, you know, so guests come over, they don't have to look at the dentures, but you know, it's whatever. So I just added these towel rack behind it, and I really wanted to add this little bucket of cleaning supplies. I was going to add it to the bathroom, but it wouldn't fit, so I just put it in the dining room and moved the basket above the lamp. So yeah, here I picked out some items that I was going to add to the barn, but I forgot that I already added them, so I just ended up deleting them. And over here I just put this little clutter box and the little horse saddle thing for the horse. And as far as the backyard goes, I was trying to find things for the kids to do, but I didn't want to like overdo it with the kids' toys outside, so I just added a little swing here, and I put a barbecue pit and the world famous mud pie picnic table. I added that right there, and then I do end up putting some sand piles by it as well, so it kind of looks like it's been there for a while. So yeah, I'm just going around adding the little sand piles to random things, just to give the look that it had been there for a while, you know. So out here as well, more for Grandma to do, I added some flower pots for her to flower, or you know, with her little granddaughter or grandson, they can flower together. So right here, this, at first I wasn't sure what to add here. I wanted to add the wood burning fireplace right here, but it would have interfered with the doorway, so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So what I ended up doing was just adding a broom here, and then a shelf that I cluttered with miscellaneous random clutter that you would most likely find in a grandparent's house. So what I just added there, I don't really think a grandparent would have that in their house, but it's like a medicine like bowl thing, and a bucket that I sized down in this vase, and then I just add a flower. And that is all for this build. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And definitely head over to Instagram to check out the giveaway details and to check out all the other amazing creators that participated in this collab. And I will see y'all guys in the next one. Bye guys.